Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 17 of DeGodCast, the podcast by DGens for DGens. Today is June 28th. It's JB, part of your trio of hosts, along with the homies, Chapter and Mark. Wait, did I say Mark? That's right.
Collab.
Your boy Slate got the Rona in NYC, so the man, the myth, the legend, Marc Colcer, who also caught COVID in NYC, I should add, as well as your boy JB here. But
gang of sickos.
The boy fucking agreed to hop on, shoot the shit with the fellas for a little bit, talk a little NYC recap and whatnot. We apologize for the rug last week. We had delusions of grandeur for what a live show in NYC would look like. And as you OGD gods know, that shit never goes the way you think. But as always, we deeply appreciate y'all tuning in. And if you want to support the pod, please like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, or feel free to chuck any donations over to DeGodCast.soul, maybe for COVID tests. But all right, let's fucking get it. Chapter, hit him with the decap.
All right, shout out to everybody out there getting God smacked by COVID. Heard they was handing out Bitcoin masks downstairs. Y'all missed it. But for the recap, first, I don't know what the fuck happened in New York because I was stuck on the third floor of a hospital with Mrs. Chapter trying to coach and coerce a new soul onto the planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking machines beeping, brain racing. I'm sweating my house shoes, pacing, fucking banging that big ass counter at the nurse's station. You know the vibes. But bruh, that shit was like a movie and I was Denzel. But long story. Basically, like 3 days in, the doctor pulled up from the waist like, Na Savenya Bagatiti Baba. Anyway, Mythic Mint, first edition, Apgar high as fuck. But as for New York, my guys JB and Mark live to tell the tales of the Magic Eden Yacht, NFT NYC, and now the infamous Solympus House Party. Shout out to the homies over at Metaplex and Cardinal Labs for the technicals. But yeah, it's just us. Because the homie Slate down bad with a fever, chills, and ain't been sleeping days. He going through it. Talked to him today. And his final words he wanted to say to the community before he left the chat were, and I quote, hit us up on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. 1 like equals 1 rest. Damn, I respect it. Y'all know what to do. But yeah, what happened? About a week ago, 3 bountiful bundles were raffled off at store.thegods.com. At like 1, 2, and 3.33 dust for the low, the box, the chest, and the tomb, with each package containing a variety of items such as copious amounts of valued NFTs, hella dust, as well as some dope-ass treasured merch. Not sure what was in the chest or the box, but for the tomb, bruh, the winner of the tomb received 12 NFTs, an Oculus headset, a pastel DeGod's hoodie, 1,000 dust, and a DeGod's hat. Y'all seen that shit, bro? Homie spent 116 dust for 35 raffle tickets and got everything but a fucking gas card. Yo, shout out to my guy, last person on Twitter, for playing the game and literally securing everything for free. Well played. And finally, Big 3 season started 2 weeks ago. The Killer 3's rocking the neutral record of 1-1 after some fuck shit, but we ball. We in Texas this weekend, about to run Tri-State into the ground. You know the drill, the vibes, gang shit. Slating everybody, still recovering from this weekend. Fucking rest up or get down with the sickness. Drink water. Let's fucking go.
Go. Yeah, that Big 3 game was kind of bullshit. I mean, there was a full 1.5 inches of hardwood between his toe and the fucking 3-point line. I don't know how that even gets reviewed in the first place. And then they catch us with the out of bounds with the little heel slip.
Bro, that was a crazy. Yeah, it was like craziest fucking ending of the game. Total rug.
Yeah. Hey, fire game though. Like these Big 3 games are fucking electric. So
facts.
And that first half was just so bad, but then the second half was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just got to cap this off with a beautiful win. And then it just felt like it got taken from us.
Yeah,
Oh my
facts.
God, yeah.
Yo, but Frank's
That's
a
all right.
fucking beast.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Throw the fuck, bro.
Sessions, Nitty, unreal.
Facts.
Yeah, but you know what? Comeback gods, like, that might be the only game we lose all season. If you think
Facts.
about it. Because we looked fucking, I mean, at least in the second half, we looked fucking good, dude. But yeah, let's talk NYC a little bit. Mark, you got there a couple of days before me, so we can start with the Central Park meetup, or is there anything of particular interest that happened in those first couple of days you were there, or was it just like awkwardly meeting blind dates for the first time a bunch?
Well, I mean, it's my trip started off with Monday getting to Dallas Airport, and then fellow DeGod Sorcerer was in the chat, and he was like, yo, I'm at TGI Fridays in Dallas Airport. And I was like, dude, I'm here right now too. And so lo and behold, I go and meet up with him at TGI Fridays, and we meet for the first time. And so that was like, honestly, that was the greatest way to start the trip, because it was like, boom, right off the bat, icebreaker, meet a fellow DeGod, realize he's an awesome guy, fun to hang out with, and everything like that. And the rest is kind of history from there. Went out to, got to New York that day, and then hung out that night. And then the next day was the party at Tau. And then Wednesday is when everything with like the DeGods got started.
Yeah, that's actually, I forgot about that, but that was a hilarious moment for a lot of us who weren't even in NYC yet, because we have this NYC Twitter group chat going, and a lot of people know Sorcerer was having all kinds of issues, like flights getting delayed, canceled, like just the absolute gauntlet of airline travel bullshit happening to him. And then all of a sudden, just casually mentions that he's like stuck in Dallas. And Mark's like, oh shit, I'm in Dallas with a layover. Boom. Next thing you know, it's like a selfie of fucking Soul Sorcerer and Mark in the group chat. That was unreal moment to start the weekend off. But my NYC week started with getting to New York on Wednesday around like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and getting a message in this new Telegram chat that was just DeGods NYC that just said, meet at Central Park at 3. And in my head, I'm like, this is going to be the most DeGods week fucking ever if we're getting a text that says meet in possibly the biggest urban park in the fucking world at 3 p.m. Like, it could take you an hour to get from one end to the other of that. But pull up a little bit closer and, you know, meet at this specific rock by this arch or whatever. And yeah, I walk up with Miss JB, who says, hello, Mark, by the way. You were her self-proclaimed favorite DeGod holder that she met. Not a big deal. But
oh shit,
walk up to literally just like a gang of degenerates standing on this fucking rock in New York City. Not a single beer in hand, which was kind of disappointing because I just got off my flight, but very surreal, like kind of feeling seeing, because like obviously we know what some of these people look like. We like, I see Aussie and Mark, and I'm like, all right, bet these are the right people. I go up, I slap them on the ass, I say hey, but then everyone after that, it's like, yo, who are you? Okay, but what's your Twitter name? And then it's like, oh, true, all right. So a lot of like awkward introductions at first, but definitely, you know, cool to put some of the faces to the names, especially like some like Soul Sorcerer to me looks just like his DeGods PFP.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Taylor kind of does to me too as well. So yeah, kind of unreal. But yeah, Wednesday, obviously the main event was the Yacht party. The yacht itself, sick. 3 floors of, you know, just a bunch of NFT degens. But I mean, I think like the main event, a lot of people would say, was the top floor, the, I don't know, sky floor, because it was like the roof of the boat, which was
the Trippin' one?
Yeah, the Trippin' Ape Tribe section, which you walked up and it was literally the entire top of the floor or of the boat, and there was a bar in the middle. They had like these light up like Trippin' Ape branded like cubes everywhere and like tables and everything. That was sick, and I think a lot of people spent like the majority of their time up there. Apparently there were goodie bags too with edibles in them that I completely missed, which I'm pissed about, because I feel like I could 100% have used an edible.
They're tripping for real. All right,
dude, Yeah, for real. When I was like dying in bed the other day, I would have absolutely crushed a Tryptanape edible to save my life a bit. So.
Mark, you get an edible or no?
Yeah, I'll take edibles. I didn't take one that night, but I definitely,
word.
I definitely enjoy edibles.
Did you see those bags? I completely missed that.
Yeah. I was just way too drunk to be taking an edible that night.
Oh yeah, facts.
I would have gone off into another planet.
Sorry. Mark hella conscious out here. He's like, yes, no, I don't think I'll partake and shit.
Oh
like,
man,
bro.
My body.
That's how
was
it started,
just,
at least.
Yeah, my body was dying that week. I mean, that was just Wednesday, and the rest of it after JB got to New York, my liver just went to shit. Like, so I blame JB for pretty much. JB's probably the reason why I have COVID. I'm just gonna call it that.
Sure, I'll take
it. But it was a chaotic time, but it was super fun. The yacht, it exceeded my expectations. JB, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I didn't know what to expect much, just besides like a bunch of people walking around a boat drinking, which is kind of what it was. But as far as like the layout of it, and the open bar on every single level was cool. The top, like we mentioned, was really cool. The part where we cruised for a little bit around the harbor was very cool. My only thing is like, I mean, I showed up a little late. I sent the Uber driver in the wrong direction somehow. It was also the last Uber I took in the city because the fucking cabs were like less than half the price of every Uber. But we showed up a little late, and there was literally a line of, dude, at least 200-300 people like down the block from this boat. And I know that no way all those people got on, which like we knew that was going to be the case beforehand. And, we told everyone on our team to get there early and get on the boat. But I feel kind of bad because I feel like a lot of people probably missed out. But hey, the people that, we were worried about, I made sure got on first with everyone. And actually we pull up and, there's the general admission line, and then there's this other line that says like guest list or something. So I walk up to the guest list guy and I'm like, hey, I'm, part of the DeGod's team. He's like, all right, who the fuck are you? Like, prove it. I'm like, I was like helping coordinate this event with Magic Eden. And he's like, you got to show me something, dude. And so I'm like pulling up my Discord, like showing him, DMs with like Magic Eden about the event and shit. And like this guy clearly is just hired for security, has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But I was with Miss JB and then two of our friends who are girls that live in New York. And like he just like looks to the side and he's like, are they with you? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, let's go. And just
let's
scoots me up to the front of the line. Saw Belle, Valerian Bell, and her sister like waiting in the general admission line too. And I was like, hey, by the way, those two are with me also. And he like pulled them out of line and everything to get in. So
let's go.
That was pretty cool. Felt like a celebrity there for a little bit.
Yeah, look at JB just coming up with the ladies.
Dude, I'm just a guy's guy, right? Like I try to make sure everybody has a good time. So, as far as like the experience of meeting a lot of people, like obviously we met a few people in the park before that, but like meeting all the Jit Dow, fucking hilarious kids, like unbelievable, funny kids. Meeting Florida Moon Man, Hutch and Whale, Thad Castle, like all the Mickey's boys that were in NYC, like that shit was insane, dude. It was like I haven't hugged that many dudes. I don't even know if there's another time in my life. Like maybe if I was
shout
like
out to Germs.
Yeah, that's where it all started. The COVID definitely started on the Yacht Party, but and it just grew stronger. But yeah, dude, fucking Chartfu. Met Chartfu and Tiff. Chartfu is like possibly one of my favorite humans ever. He's
massive.
He's massive. First of all, like what 6'7" at least,
what
and
the
like
fuck? Holy shit.
Tank, bro, and literally just like a ball of. I don't think I saw him one time the entire weekend, and he didn't have a drink in his hand and like a massive smile on his face. Just an absolute fucking gem. Who else? The Hex from Soul Gods ran into him, did a fucking shoey with him, like in the stairwell of the boat, like as the night is ending, basically. He's awesome. He's just an absolute fucking beauty of a person as well. Like meeting all these people, and you got to think that maybe it's only like the personable, fun people that would go to an event like that. So maybe the ratio was kind of skewed more towards like everyone here is going to be a badass, but legit, like every single person I met, be it DeGod's holder or like random person on the boat, was like cool as shit.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the same way. I felt like everybody I met, you never know when you go into something like this, like, are you going to get along with somebody as well in person as you do on Twitter and things like that, right? Or on Discord. And everybody I met, I was like, yeah, I would hang out with you if it wasn't for NFTs. Like, we'd still be tight. This is really fun. Like, everybody was great vibes. Everybody was super supportive. Like, so many people said nice things to me about my podcast and the DeGodCast, and because I was with Slate most of the time. And so, people were coming up to us and talking to us about it and everything. And, everyone was just super, super, super supportive. And it's just cool to see that people are not just like good vibes just on Twitter, but in real life too.
Yeah, for sure. And, I gave out like 1 million DeGodCast koozies.
I still got mine sitting right here.
I got one sitting right next to me. Yeah, people just love free shit, obviously. But and one thing too that I was like pleasantly surprised about, I don't think I talked about crypto or NFTs one time while I was on the fucking boat. I was just shooting the shit with the boys about like everything but the reason we were all in New York. And like, I love that, bro, because
that's fucking dope. Yeah, for sure.
We talk about this shit all the time. Like, some of us flew like across the country, across the fucking world to be here and hang out and have a good time. I guess now that I'm saying it, like, some people definitely flew there to talk about NFTs and crypto.
Word.
Yeah, that was very cool to me.
Everybody said fuck the conference too. Like, that was the other thing. Like, there were a lot of people that were like, yeah, I have conference tickets, whatever. And by the second day, everybody was like, yeah, not going to the concert or conference, waste of time, not worth it, whatever. So everybody was just there to have a good time with everybody.
Absolutely. It's like going to a work conference, right? Like, I've been to conferences where you go to like some event in the morning because you have to get like PDHs for work or something. And then literally immediately after the event, you go to happy hour, you go to the bar until like 2 a.m. Like, nobody goes to these things for educational purposes. That's a fact.
Oh, sir.
So that was what, Wednesday or what?
That was Wednesday night, yeah. And then obviously, like, we got somewhat of a mass group shoey going. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I was talking to Johnny on the Sky Deck, I'm going to call it, about doing this group shoey. And I told Johnny, meet me, down in the DeGod section in 10. Bring your shoe. Bring Akeem, bring everybody. And I did like a lap around from the top to the bottom of this boat and then back up to the third floor where the DeGod section was, shoe in hand, like rallying every single person I could. Not every single person, like mostly the DeGod's holders that I already like met and recognized at the event.
Yeah, the homies,
but and the second that we got back to our section, got to the bar, grabbed a handful of beers, got to our section, it was like, there was no, I think we were 5 of the 10 minutes in and there was no like putting off the shoey. So we missed Johnny on the boat for the shoey, but we did get like, I want to say like 12 people in that first shoey video on the boat.
Yeah, I think that's what the article said in the paper.
Dude. Yeah. Which like, what the fuck, bro? I got a DM request from, I forget the reporter's name. I'll pull it up real quick because I definitely got to give her credit. But I get this DM request that says, hey, I'm with Business Insider. We are writing an article about, or I'm writing an article about NFT NYC. Do you have any content I can use? Oh, she actually sent me the video of the shoey. Said wanted to mention this vid in the story as well, and then asked like about the event, who hosted it, blah blah blah. She asked if I had any other pictures. I sent her a shit ton of like completely inappropriate pictures that would never end up in Business Insider. And then sure as shit, like Saturday as we're getting like to the airport to fly back, somebody posts on Twitter, holy shit, Business Insider article. The first sentence is about shoeys and it's a link to JB's video of the shoeys on the yacht.
It's fucking crazy.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. What
we gotta do though next time is we gotta ask a reporter like that, come join us for the week and come actually experience it. Because it's one thing to actually like get videos of it and hear stories and things like that. You got to just join us because otherwise, I think sometimes from the outside standpoint, sometimes people make us look like we're just like crazy people. But at the same time, if you were there, but it was also like all love and everybody was so fun and just enjoying each other's company and everything like that.
I think so it's more than on just the boat.
Was she?
I think so. Oh yeah, she said I was there. It should look like the second floor of the yacht. Yeah, I honestly didn't even read the whole article. I don't subscribe to Business Insider. So I didn't catch like the tone of the entire article, but to me,
was it the
like,
hit piece? It's a
I think
JB hit piece.
the tone to me, you can try, but it won't work. The tone to me was more like crypto is down like in the fucking gutters, and all these people are still in New York City just having an absolute blast. And like,
yeah, that's exactly the vibe I got. Yep, when I fucking read that shit.
Which is correct. I mean, clearly none of us there care. I mean, we all care about money, but like,
yeah.
We were there to have a good fucking time, and that's what we did. So
not flying out there to cry, have a group sob, you know.
Yeah, maybe at the ETH events or something. I don't know, but not on the Solana bus.
Yeah,
I was telling somebody though, I'm glad that it happened when it happened, because imagine if Sol was still at like 150 right now, and then it dropped after NFT New York. Everybody would be like, "Oh, NFT New York was a top signal." Blah 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 blah. Instead, it's like, no, we're all broke as shit, and we're still having a great time.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's and you can tell from the reaction that tweet got. It's pretty much split 50-50. You either are like, these guys are disgusting fucking losers, like this is for sure the top signal, like Solana is a bunch of bums, and the other 50% is like, this is the coolest, like most wholesome fun thing that I've ever fucking seen ever. Solana is amazing. So I agree with you on that, and you can definitely tell who's down bad right now and who's not, I think, from looking at the reactions on that tweet.
I was just offended that I didn't know the Shuey video was happening, because I would have done it. And I don't know where I was, but I was somewhere talking with somebody. So
I'm telling you,
I missed
like
it, and I'm salty about it.
It started as, like I said, Johnny, meet me in 10. And it basically ended as like, it was like a fucking conga line of people going through every floor of the boat, trying to, scoop as many people as we could. And then basically just like crowding the bar on our level and being like, everybody get the fuck out of the way. I need a handful of beers now. And immediately those beers going into shoes. So it went from very organized, like trying to make sure that everyone was a part of it, to this is happening.
Yep.
This train is on the tracks and there is nothing slowing it down. But there will be plenty of other opportunities at every single DeGods event in the future, I assure you, to do group shoeies. And honestly, now that we have the video, it was in an article by Business Insider. I know we were looking at the Guinness World Record thing before for it, and it was like, you had to pay like a bag to have somebody at like on site to verify your shit. I feel like we could use that now, get it in the Guinness book, and then when next year rolls around, we have a record to break. So
a word. And also like, JB, you're one what is that? You're one article away from getting that verified status on Twitter, right?
Damn, is it 2 articles?
I think it was 2. I think it's a function, so I think it was 2.
Damn, I'll have to DM my new friend at the Business Insider and see if she wants to come on the pod.
Yeah, facts. Hey, I was gonna say, one more, bro. Get that fucking check.
I was thinking about that too, and legit, the only reason that I have any interest in being verified, and I found this out through my like shadow ban a couple weeks ago. If you're verified, you can do whatever the fuck you want on Twitter, and like you can't get in trouble for it. So I'm coming for that eventually.
There we go.
All right, let's talk Thursday. So Thursday.
Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted to hear.
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit to before the DeGods party, because the main event Thursday morning, up until the DeGods party, was the Cocktail Pizza Tour.
So what was that? Yeah, I'm
going to
totally
touch
lost
on this just real quick. So you guys know Hammercock, right?
Yeah.
The Mickey DeGod Hawaii DAO. First of all, fucking stallion in real life, dude. Like 6'5", tatted, like has these dope ass like Nordic, like, fucking Viking looking tattoos that he did, I think most of, if not all, himself.
Jeez.
Sick dude. But one day, we're just shooting the shit in Mickey chat, and everyone like changed their name to some iteration of Cock. I was just Cock. Jit Romney was like Thundercock or something, and like real quick, Cocktail was born out of that. And we had already talked about doing the pizza tour, and it became the Cocktail Pizza Tour. And then Hammercock goes and like makes fucking t-shirts and everything.
Like all that same day?
But this happened like within a week, I think, of the event.
Oh, okay. I'm like, bro, wait, what the fuck?
Oh no,
you
no,
guys are doing
this
shit
happened
like
before. Yeah, this happened
okay,
before. It was
I'm
premeditated. But we, I mean, we just slapped on these t-shirts and basically were just walking around New York City looking for pizza. We stopped by Barrel Dow in the Empire Dow building and grabbed a bunch of cold DAA beers and we're just crushing them walking around New York City. We walked by this place, Prince Street Pizza, and I think somebody recommended it. And so we were like, all right, fuck it. It's kind of close by. We literally have no plan. We're just walking aimlessly. And we get there and there's like a line down the block. So we kind of, are going to fade it. We're walking by and there's a guy standing outside. He goes, have you tried my pizza? And we were like, yeah, we were going to. It looks really good. But, there's a line down the block. We're kind of hungry. We got to keep it moving. And he looks to like this little delivery guy next to him. He goes, get him a pie. So the guy runs back inside.
Wow.
Like, we're shooting the shit. This guy ends up being like the owner on the sidewalk. So we're standing there shooting the shit with him. He just loved like the whole cocktail.
Oh, you guys had the shirts on?
Vibe. Oh, we all had a shirt on. We're talking like 10 dudes walking around New York, pizza slice with the cock shirts on it, on the t-shirt, cocktail pizza tour. People are asking us what like cocktail is. We're all like kind of drunk already because we've been crushing beer since like 12. We're like, oh, we're decentralizing cock, blah, blah, blah. Prince Street guy comes back. And he comes back with like this massive, like, what are the rectangle? Is that Sicilian, the rectangle ones? No, grandma style, I think. It comes back with one. It's like half cheese, half pepperoni. And the owner goes, no, get him a pie. Get him the pepperoni. Sends it back with a new one because he's like, the pepperoni's the fucking best. You got to try the pepperoni. And I'm not gonna lie, like that shit was 100% one of the best slices of pizza that I've ever fucking happened or ever had. So
are you shilling or is that cap, bro? Or are you?
No, I swear to God, we had 4 places I think that day, and that one was like far and away my number one slice that we had. It had like the little pepperonis where when you like cook them, they like kind of cup up a little bit.
Yeah.
Those bomb. So yeah, that was dope. That was fun as shit. We got some good pictures and videos. We kind of took over a bar at the end of the day, and Johnny and Akeem met us. So that was a unreal pregame to the DeGods event. But I do think that we were severely handicapped showing up to the DeGods party because we had been drinking, some of us, since like 12. So
wait, you're forgetting that when we went to John's at Bleecker, we're standing there and Jim Boeheim, the Syracuse head coach, is standing there with his 2 sons and his wife, and he looks over at us super confused by what cocktail is, and then having the little penis on a pizza, and he was very confused by that. He had a look on his face like, what in the hell am I looking at right now?
It's fucking cocktail.
Yeah,
and we're all like sneaky looking at him like, damn, is that Syracuse coach?
It was crazy. They actually mentioned the next day on Part of My Take, the Barstool podcast, they brought up that Jim Boeheim was at John's at Bleecker. And I was like, so is no one going to mention that Cocktail was there too?
Yeah, exactly.
Disrespect.
Put some respect on put some respect on Cocktail.
Damn, bro. Imagine if they like somebody had gotten pictures to like put in a Barstool article, Jim Boeheim at John's at Bleecker, and it's just Cocktail shirts in the background as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
We might have to look. There might be because somebody obviously told Part of My Take that he was there, so maybe there are photos.
I'm gonna have to dig a little bit on
back.
that.
Yeah,
that would be unreal. I just need to see one Cocktail shirt in the wild because they were a spectacle, dude. And the amount of looks and stares that we got, just because I had a fucking beer hat on too. I grabbed one of the DAA beer hats from Empire Dow, so like we were something else. That was a good time. But anyways, let's talk DeGod's party, the main event. I also pulled up a little late to that. I think Mark and Slate, you guys were like some of the first ones there, right? Or no?
Yeah.
What was your like first impression getting there kind of early?
To be honest, I just wanted to see what it all looked like. I mean, we'd been talking about it for so long. You always have these ideas in your head of what it's going to be like, and you walk in, and then it was just this massive facility, like super open. And then there were just all these different areas, like 2 different sections for photos and the 360 cam, the bar, the shoey luge, which I'll let you talk about because that's your baby. The tattoo station, the DJ booth, like basketball section. Like there was literally so much going on, and you just knew that we were on the brink of a crazy party because it was set up perfectly for a DeGod style house party.
Yeah, I'm almost jealous that you guys got there so early because when I got there, like, dude, I think Jitterbug had already finished like getting the first tattoo. Like shit was kind of popping off. I can totally picture it now that you're saying that, of like the calm before the storm and just walking in and being like, dude, this place is about to fucking go down.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're
it was
right.
crazy.
It was a great setup. Like you walked in, they had DeGods like in the clouds projected on like this massive wall when you walk in, and there was like an area to sit and shit if you wanted. And then you bang a right, and against the far right wall, they had the 360 camera, which shout out to what is it? Mike Mines Crypto, I think. The guy that just posted a video today. I don't know how he got like 100 people's 360 camera footage, but he posted a YouTube video that I retweeted, and it's got like a bunch of footage from the party, and he's got like everybody's 360 photo booth things, and those are hilarious.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I just seen it. Okay, it's Matt.
Oh, speaking
Matt
of
Crypto. Yep.
Me and Mark had the best 360 photo booth footage of the whole fucking weekend on the yacht.
That was the only one that I
dude.
seen. That shit was dope.
It was photoshopped. It was photoshopped.
So that one was different. That one it slow mode and shit, and then like reversed. The DeGods one just like went in a full circle a couple times, I think, which was still sick. But like, oh my god, dude! And mind you, this is the last thing I think that like happened on the boat. This is like the end of the night. I'm fucking hammered, and Mark's just like, get up on this photo booth with me, dude. Yeah, recipe for disaster. But
we went front to back, which was the main issue. Like you're supposed to go back to back, and so at one point you lean back and I lean forward, and it just
full penetration.
Oh, pause.
Mrs. JB thought at that moment you might leave her for me. That's how it looked. That's how it looked. So it was a tough look. There were multiple videos and photos that came out from this week that were a tough look for me. So Twitter was wild. Even though
the trick is to just post your embarrassing videos like all the time. So when you go to New York and embarrassing videos come out about you, it's like nothing new.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But even there was the photo of me signing Hammercock's shirt, and I'm signing the front of it, and I'm leaning down to sign it, and you can't tell that I'm signing his shirt, so it just looks like I'm eye level with Hammercock's cock. And
you have
it
this
was
like face of awe or like excitement on.
It was, and then obviously it's Hammercock, so it's like what a name of the person to be in the photo with. So just multiple photos like that that were just. I know everybody who wasn't in NFT New York was enjoying the content from back home, so I'm glad we could provide that for them. Yeah,
I knew damn well what I was doing when I took that Hammercock photo.
You're manipulative.
But yeah, back to the DeGods party. So 360 camera, the Papa Shot, is that the name of the basketball game? They had two of those set up, so people were going head to head on that. That was sick. I was skeptical that the tattoos would happen basically the entire week. We've been in this Telegram chat like trying to plan the event with Taylor and Finn and whatnot, and they texted us I think on like Tuesday that the tattoo artist rugged and asked if we could find one, and I was like, I mean, dude, I'm at work, but like I made a list of tattoo shops in the area like you can try and call. So, and then I think it was the day of, or maybe Wednesday, that Taylor posted on Twitter. It was like, who all is really planning on getting a tattoo at the event? And I was like, don't you fucking dare. Like, do not rug this tattoo artist on me. So when I walked in, that was like pretty much the first thing that caught my eye. And then I had to go check out because, like I said, like one of the Jits, Jitterbug, had already got his. He was like the first person in line to get it. And I think Jit Romney was like second behind him, getting his on his thigh. They got him in the exact same spot, which is like a little weird, but kind of cute, I guess. Aussie was in there getting tatted. He got one on his arm. A fucking Chartfu, bro. Like Chartfu at one point was like asking about the tattoos, and there was a sign-up sheet. I think there was like 30 people on. And I fucking marched Chartfu up to like the front of the tattoo line, and I just wrote on the sheet like next Chartfu, and I looked at the tattoo artist and I was like, this big beautiful bastard, you give him his tattoo next. And Chartfu got his on his wrist, like right next to his Magic Eden tattoo. Like that was insane.
I seen that shit.
Yeah, Jersey got one. Fucking Metagit and his girl, I think, got one. Like that, the fact that actually ended up going down is like, come on, bro. I've been to one other party where there was a tattoo artist, and it was my 21st birthday, and the tattoo artist was a kid that I worked with that I bought a tattoo gun. So that shit definitely fucking lit. And then the Shoey Luge, bro, the fucking Jordan D Shoeys, barreled out D Gods Shoey Luge with the D tequila in the diamond shaped fucking bottles, bro, with like the black seal and the black stamp on it.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
incredible. I think I spent like, after, you know, like doing my little lap around and seeing what the fuck was going on, I think I spent like a good 30 minutes just standing there giving everyone shoe luges with tequila. That thing
I
was,
didn't know that shit was so fucking big, bro. Holy shit.
it was fat.
yeah.
And I think it was gonna be smaller because Dave, the barreled out guy, DM'd me like a few days before and said something about like, it's only like an extra like $500 to make it like an extra foot tall. Should I do it? I was like, of course you should do it, bro. Come on, go big or go home. But that thing was sick. There's also like, there may be reason to believe that like, you know, everyone doing shoeies out of an ice luge is part of the reason a lot of us got COVID. But I've heard basically fucking everybody that went to NFT NYC, DGOT or not, came back with COVID. So I will not take any ice luge slander here. But yeah, that was sick. I got some killer videos.
Yeah, I'm watching this fucking vlog, bro, from fucking Matt Mines, bro. This shit's fucking dope.
Yeah, that shit was sick. I got great videos of Finn Taylor doing the luge. Finn is a fucking gem too. Like, we've already talked to Taylor a little bit on the show. He's just a beautiful man, and like,
shout out to Finn.
He's super hyped, dude. Like, he was 10 out of 10 hyped when I got on the yacht at like 9:30 and just did not lose an ounce of energy the entire fucking night. Like, Taylor gets down, bro. And then Finn too is like exactly how Finn, you know, communicates over Twitter, I feel like is how he kind of is in person. He's just very like, yo, what's up? Is everyone having a good time? Like, how we fucking doing, boys? I was like, let's go, dude. Yes.
Yeah, we're fucking legend.
Finn too, I'm gonna dox him a little bit. The only reason that I knew who Finn was is because we're on the boat and Mark goes, yo, I met Finn. He's the only person on this boat that's shorter than me. And I was like, no fucking way. And so I see this kid walking by like 10 minutes later with a hat and sunglasses on. I'm like, that's a short dude. Finn. And he looks over at me. He's like, how the fuck did you know who I was? Like, Mark snitched on you. But
Finn, hey, to clarify, is because short kings are the fucking best. And so I had to point out another fellow short king in the world. Love Finn. Finn's fucking awesome. So I had to point that out.
Yes,
I like him more because of his height. Because our height is great. You know, it's the best height.
Me too.
Yeah, word. Shout out to Lord of the Rings. Shout out to the Dwarf Kings, bro.
JB,
we also have to point out that Delilah is the most beautiful human being of all time.
Dude.
Oh shit, Delilah was there?
Yeah, so Delilah, we actually met in Central Park the day before. And I mean, we've interviewed him, so I recognize him. And I went up to like hug him or like shake his hand or some shit, and I was like almost nervous, bro. It was like I was meeting like, I don't know, like a like fucking Margot Robbie or some shit like that, like a hot ass like famous person. I was like kind of nervous a little bit. He's an absolute man rocket, bro. Like one of the most beautiful human beings I've seen like in my entire life, and it has like this unreal style too, like shit that I could never even dream of fucking wearing, that is just draped over his body like
it's a fucking rock star, bro. It's fucking
yes, he's a fucking rock star.
I've never seen more dudes like look at Delilah and just be like, wow, like, wow, he's a really good looking guy. Like, no matter how good looking you think you are, once you meet Delilah, you're like, yeah, I'm a 3.
I'm a 3.
We're gonna have to
I'm a
get Delilah
3.33. Fuck.
Back on the show.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Was in New York City.
Oh my god! And then Chill was there too. Chill, cool as shit in person too. One of my low key favorite moments of the house party is I think around 10:30. I am in the back room because I had that barrel down VIP access or whatever. I had my backpack in the back room basically. But that's where like there's a big ass fridge back there, and I was getting my drinks out of there because there was no line and they were cold. And I walked back. And somebody's talking to Finn like, we're like 80% through our booze and it's, 10:30. We got to run this thing until 1:30 in the morning. What are we going to do? And Chill's back there with Finn and they're like pulling up Drizzly, which first of all, like if you're having a a event, right? Like this isn't a real house party. This is an event. Like get a distributor, bro. Like Drizzly does not sell anything bigger than a 12-pack, but Finn hands me his phone and just goes, get us enough booze to last until 1:30. I was like, all right, you came to the right man. Let's fucking go. I'm your guy. And I think I ordered like 33 12-packs of like Mick Ultra and 33 12-packs of some seltzer or some shit. I was like, we're getting beer and a seltzer. Everyone's going to be happy. We're not going to run out of beer. Boom. And I don't think we did. I don't know if anyone would remember if we did at 1:30 or not, but that was like, I felt like the savior for a minute there. That was pretty funny to me. Tattoos were sick. I'm trying to think of, somehow, I mean, I guess I knew it was going to happen. Like Taylor mentioned when we got there. Oh, so like the live show thing, it was kind of like up in the air how it was going to go down the entire time. And we had the space, I think, from like 4 to 2 or something. And they didn't really start getting set up until like 5:30. And we were originally going to record from like 6 to 8 because the party started at 8. And then like, 7 rolled around. And then they were like, okay, do you guys want to do the show at 7:30? And we basically were like, by the time we, get there at 7:30, get set up, start recording. Like the party's going to start. You're not going to be able to hear anything. So
and you guys are just going to be sitting there, be like, well, everybody's going to fucking party. Yeah. Fuck
yeah. Facts. And I would spike my microphone and be like, fuck this. I'm going to hit that shoey luge.
Yeah. Word. Facts.
Well,
as the chief shoey officer, facts. Word.
Yeah.
When I got there too, there was never any way it would have worked. Like it was just, there was too many people setting up things and things like that. Like the idea of it was really cool, get people to come on the podcast, talk about things, whatever. But it was like, we would have just been in the way. And so it would have been more annoying than it would have been worth for anybody involved.
Yeah, I was going to say, from what you guys are saying, bro, I think it would probably be like a lame-ass party if you guys were able to actually do the fucking podcast.
Facts.
Yeah, next year we'll figure out like a quick dedicated, like, because we were just going to, we had like a list of people that were in NYC that we were just going to interview that were like, like Jimmy, Soul Sorcerer, Bell, fucking Johnny, like whatever. So we'll do that one day. And
but we got to do it just a different time. We got to do it at like noon on like a random ass day. And then that way it's like a setup spot just for the podcast, nothing else.
Yeah. Right, exactly. But anyway, so like when we get there, Taylor's talking to me and Slate and said something about like a speech, which I completely forgot about because obviously I like just walked in the party. I was like, put a cold drink in my hand. Let me get on this shoe luge. And Taylor said something about like, later on, you guys, you can make a speech or something if you want. So at some point in the night, after I've been sufficiently boozing, long pouring tequila shots into my mouth in between shoeys for other people, I get handed a microphone and I like went back and I forget who posted the video, but I went back and watched some of it. And that speech was not going well. Thank God for the shoey chant.
Yeah, I seen it. That's what I seen. All I seen was the shoey chant, bro. Shoey,
so I legit, I don't remember if my speech was before or after the shoey chant. I think it might have been after, but I basically was just on stage like, we're fucking DeGods. All we do is have fun. If you don't have fun, get the fuck out of my house. It's like, dude. So yeah, thank God for the shoey chant because that at least like gave me like one cool moment with the mic in my hand, and then also thank legendary. God for fucking Prince Akeem in the full double Mickey get up, goggles and all, with the fucking booty to kick off the mosh pit too. That was
fucking
like
crazy.
Arguably, possibly the most iconic moment of that entire party because he finishes and just screams at the top of his lungs, DeGods!
Yeah, bro. It was like your fucking shoey was like a fucking it was like you were fucking like throwing an alley-oop, bro, and he just fucking comes through with the boot, bro. That shit was fucking crazy.
That might have been like my favorite part of the entire party. Like that is something that will be passed around in like DeGods videos fucking forever. So
yeah, that whole night was just absolutely legendary. And then I got home that night and Frank texted me and was like, hey, can you create a thread about like the party? And I was like, yeah, I got you. First thing in the morning, I'm going to wake up and do that. He's like, you should just do that right now. And I was like,
yeah, of
all
course.
right,
You
fine,
can't tell
fuck it.
Frank first thing in
Of
the
course.
morning. He doesn't
Yeah,
know
of
what
course
morning
Frank
is,
was like,
bro.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was
right
drunk
now,
and I was
yeah.
tired, and the two people that were staying with me were going to bed. And so I literally sat in our hotel bathroom by myself, like just waiting for shit to upload. And let me tell you, hotel internet sucks. So I'm waiting for these videos to upload to Twitter and like trying to prep the next thing. So I think I sat there for an hour and 45 minutes. I think I went to bed at like 4:30 that morning, just
Jesus.
because I was putting together this thread. And I was like, if this shit doesn't blow up in the morning, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. And the love on it was awesome. There's so many people who couldn't make it to NFT New York that thoroughly enjoyed seeing the photos and videos and everything like that. So it was cool. In hindsight, Frank was right. It made sense to put it out that night just so everybody else could wake up and see everything that happened that night for the people who couldn't make it to New York.
Frank's always right.
Frank is always right.
That was good though, because that, like, I knew that I wanted to post something about the party, and that was like, first of all, I like got my brain even started the morning after waking up and seeing that, and it gave me a little inspiration because dude, I was in a bad place the day after, very hungover. I brought the Russian hangover pills, and they worked well for everybody. The morning after the boat, I think I gave out like 20 of these hangover pills on the boat, and everyone the next day was like, I feel fucking fantastic. How is this possible?
Oh, word. So they really were like hitting like that?
Dude, like very well. But then I don't know if, you need to take 2 if you do them 2 nights in a row or what, but they did not hit as well the second night. So Friday I woke up and I was not in a good place, but Mark's little thread video put me there, put me in a better place.
Yeah, that was the hangover was very, very real this entire trip because we just never stopped. I mean, that was the biggest thing. It was just there was never a time where there was any sort of
that sounds fun as fuck,
drinking.
bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it literally, like, I mean, every time I go on vacation, like, I'd buy beers for the hotel or whatever I'm in. So like I would wake up and kind of feel like shit, and the first thing I would do is I would crack a Modelo out of the fridge of our friend's house that we were staying at. And I would send a picture in the NYC group chat and be like, all right, let's get going. But you can tell.
That was better than what Slate was doing. Slate was waking up and grabbing a bottle of tequila and a Coca-Cola.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
dude.
just an absolute awful combination. I was like,
oh,
Slate,
shit.
like,
Yo, shout out to Slate.
what are you doing? Like,
Jeez.
we're not, you could grab a Sprite. Like, that would make more sense. Like,
Way
literally
more.
anything.
Shit.
And my man was drinking a Coca-Cola. And I think, honestly, if we didn't have the Coca-Cola, he probably would have used the hotel coffee. Like, he was just boxing
playing no games in New York.
I mean, why can't you just rip it straight at that point? Like, you're clearly a savage. Just fucking
That's
take
true.
a shot.
That's true. Yeah, facts.
I'll tell you what, that D tequila or tequila was buttery, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a tequila shot guy. I've never been like a sip tequila or like, even gold tequila. I don't really do. Like, I do silver shots chilled with salt and a lime at the bar. But that shit was nice. And I brought a bottle of that home actually, and then we ended up crushing it the night after. But yeah, Slate tank confirmed. Makes sense why he had to quit drinking for a little bit back when we were like interviewing Ozzy, because that kid, when he drinks, like, he fucking drinks, dude. He puts down. As well as like Ozzy too. I don't think I ever saw him besides getting to Central Park, but I think everyone had like just kind of got there. I don't think I saw him without a beer in his hand the entire weekend. So
One of my other favorite, I got a Slate story too. We one of the nights before, I think it might have been the DeGodCast party night. Right before we went to a bodega, and Slate sees these cookies and he grabs 3 of them, and then he's looking at the back at like the ingredients, and he's like, they're 600 calories, and I was like, it's a cookie. Like, what do you expect? So
Yeah.
he puts down 1. And I was like, oh, so because there were 600 calories, you're only going to have 2? And he's like, yeah, much better. So before the night begins, he eats one of the cookies, and then we get back that night, and he's hammered drunk, and he's just laying in the bed and eats like half of one of the other cookies, and then in the morning wakes up and eats another half of the cookie, and then passes out back in bed with like the cookie crumbs right around him. And it's like, Slade is such a character. I love that guy. It was hilarious sharing a hotel with him for 4 days in a tiny ass hotel because it's good old New York City. So,
dude, Mark like texted me a shit ton of pictures, I think on the second day, and one of them is a picture of Slate like in bed, topless, eating a fucking cookie, and he was like, "Oh shit, I did not mean to send you that one."
Okay.
Oh my god, dude, so funny.
Well, all right. So while you guys are in fucking New York, bro, that fucking what was it? What State of the Union shit, right? That
Oh
video
yeah,
dropped, right?
yeah.
So fucking that shit just kept getting released like the wrong way as like format or some shit.
Oh my god, I remember.
So yeah. So fucking I'm just not thinking about the shit. All right, so I ended up posting that shit in like fucking like this thread or whatever on Twitter. And the dude, what's his name? I can never say his name. The dude who makes the Pepe memes, right?
Oh
So
yeah, shit.
yeah, he corrects me. He's like, "Yo, man, like that's not how you pronounce DeGods." He's like, it's pronounced DeGods. It's not pronounced because I always say DeGods, right?
Yeah.
And I know Mark's here because I know
Finally.
Mark's the one who got exposed and got all the pressure and shit. This is the first time that anybody has ever said anything to me. But yo, check this out, right? So DeGods, right? So DeGods stands for what, right?
Degenerate gods.
All right. So when you
Sorry, I
say
thought it was a question.
no, that was a question. All right. So Mark, what does DeGod stand for?
Degenerate gods.
All right. So cool. So when you say degenerate, do you say degenerate or do you say degenerate?
I've had this argument in my head as well, and it's degenerate.
Yeah, exactly. So then that means it would be DeGods.
I do
Yeah, I
think
know.
there are some people
Yeah.
who say it
Right
degenerate.
there. For everybody listening, there you go.
There might
Don't hear
be
shit.
people that say it degenerate. Honestly, I'm not even gonna front. Like, I'm team DeGods just because it like rolls off the tongue easier. Like, I say DeGods because like I've been told that's the way it's pronounced, and it'll like fuck with me to say it otherwise. But like DeGods is so much easier to say.
Yeah,
bro.
because
I'm
it's the
envious
God.
of
People
the
be like,
DeGods
"Oh,
guys.
it's the gods," but they'd be like, "Oh, people be like, oh yeah, the gods." You know, the degenerate. They'd be like degenerate, but then but nobody says
DeGods, the
degenerate.
degenerates.
Yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
bitch.
The
I
gods.
got
Yeah, I
crucified
might-
enough on Twitter for that. So that was the funniest part about the first podcast episode with Frank. It was just like that was the controversy that came out of it, and that's just continued for the last 5 months or however long it's been.
Forever.
Yeah, word. And Frank, if you're listening, yeah, it's the gods. The gods. There you go. All right.
Hell yeah, get fucked.
Wrecked.
Oh my god, I'm just scrolling through my camera roll, seeing if I missed anything.
So when did you guys just be like, "Hey, yo, got COVID"? Like, was it just kind of like because I've never had
dude.
COVID, so I don't know what that.
Oh,
feels
I've
like,
had
but-
it. I've had it a handful of times, and it seems last time I got COVID was when I went to my buddy's bachelorette party, and my wife likes to tell me that I get COVID because I do coke, but there's enough people that came back from NYC that didn't do blow that also got COVID. So, but no. So for me, I was on the airplane. We flew back Saturday night. I think like 10:30. Got back at like I think 12:30, and about a quarter of the way into the flight, I start like shaking, bro. Like I am freezing. I have the chills like a motherfucker.
Were you sleeping or were you just like fucking just walking
No,
around?
I was
and all of a
awake.
sudden
I was
start-
watching the Kurt Warner movie, the new one with it was good. But I'm like fucking shake. I don't think I could have slept. Like I was shaking because I was in shorts and a t-shirt because we were out all day in the city and it was hot as fuck. Like, and of course, like my wife is freaking out, not freaking out, but she's like asking me like, "Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want you to freak out people on the plane, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm just
word.
cold. Like, don't make a big deal out of it. I don't want this poor guy in the seat next to me to like know that he's probably gonna get COVID now."
Yeah,
But,
it's GG word.
Yeah, and then Sunday, I basically like I sweat my dick off Saturday night. My fever was not as bad as Mark's. I think I capped at like 101.4 or something. But basically, like now, and it's different. I don't know if it's because I'm vaxxed or because I've had it a few times. Like now, it's like hardcore fever for maybe 24 hours. Like sweat that shit out, and then just like some congestion and like a sore throat for another like 24 to 48. The first time I had COVID, I was like stuck on my couch for like a week. It's gotten a lot better now as far as like
Word.
symptoms, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you,
Yeah,
Mark? Like, so when did yours, like, I guess you first notice, like, start feeling, like, I guess, sick, I guess?
I think Friday night I felt like I landed in LA because my flight got delayed. By the way, I mean you can sort of hear it right now. I'm super congested, like I'm nasally as fuck right now. But the Friday night when I landed in LA, which was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because my flight got delayed so many times, I just didn't feel right. But I was like, also, I've been up for damn near like 24 hours and I'm just like exhausted. And so I went to bed that night and then woke up the next day and I was like, yeah, I don't feel too great. And then see, just like that.
Yeah, I hear. Wow.
And then on Saturday night, when I went to go to bed, just like JB said, I had massive chills. Like I was dying. Like I slept in like sweatshirt and sweatpants, and then I had on like 2 blankets and a weighted blanket just to like keep myself warm. And I like needed all of that, and I was literally just shaking. And then I woke up and checked my temperature, and I had 103-degree fever. And it felt like I was dying. And since then, I mean, it's what, Tuesday right now? I'm just so congested. Like every 30, like I could blow my nose like 50 times while we're doing this right now. I'm just saving you guys all the noise of me doing that.
So you sound like Gonzo, bro. It's like,
yeah, bro. It's tough out here right now. Literally, I haven't been able to sleep because like half the time I can't breathe, so I need to like wake up and blow my nose.
Said he can't sleep either.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Well, because for me, it's like I'd either wake up like sneeze myself awake, or I would fucking like cough myself awake because my throat would get like dry and it sucks,
you
dude.
Sneeze yourself awake? Holy shit,
a couple times, bro. Dude, I swear to God, like I don't think I slept Saturday night. Like we flew back late. We didn't even get back to the house until like 1 or so. I don't think I slept like that entire night. It sucks.
Yeah,
but,
at least you guys made it through like all of the fucking, like the events and shit. You know what I mean? So it's not like you guys are getting fucking rugged like before the party. You know what I mean?
And honestly, the worst part about it too is the fact that it happened like on the tail end of this. So it's not like, get home from NYC and everything's like fine and dandy. I just had such a good time. It's like get home from NYC and like I feel like absolute dog shit and like don't really want to like talk to anyone or do anything. But
Word.
It is what it is. Worth it.
Yeah.
I would do it all again. If there was a fucking waiver at the front of the ME Yacht and the DeGod's House Party that said you will get COVID by attending this event, I would sign the shit out of it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
100%.
And
no
just so everyone
asked.
knows that we're not like making light out of this, it does seem like everybody that we've seen on Twitter talking about getting COVID and everything like that, for the most part, it sounds like everybody's doing well.
Everyone's got like this light version of it. I don't know if it's like a new fucking strand or whatever it is, but basically everyone was like, yeah, I felt like shit for like a day or two, and now I feel better. But it's just funny that like so many fucking people got COVID, dude. Like Jesus.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I didn't really know that many people got it, bro, and I didn't even know that you guys fucking had it till today, bro. I'm like, oh yeah, and Slate's like, bro, I'm dying, bro.
Well,
like, oh,
like
shit.
I said, we had that NYC Twitter group chat, and basically like that entire group chat on Sunday was just people's COVID tests.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
It is what it is, man. Price you got to pay.
Yeah, damn right.
Did you guys lose your taste and smell?
A little bit.
No, I didn't.
That's why I always wonder, like how that shit's like. Because my sister, bro. So my sister fucking so I'll tell you guys this fucking story. 'Cause she doesn't listen to the podcast, bro. So my sister, bro, like she fucking like she used to eat like fucking like tons of sweets, right? And like like just she used to fucking like go to what's that shit? You guys know like that icing that comes in the can that you like spray like to like write words and shit like on cakes and shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fucking Cool Whip shit or whatever. So she would like fucking like just buy that shit, bro, and she'd just be driving, just fucking like eating fucking icing and shit, bro. Like dead ass, like
bro, like the cheese
like
whiz,
diabetes.
Yeah, like cheese whiz. Yeah, dead ass. And she did this shit for fucking years, bro. And then fucking, of course she ended up getting cavities and shit. So so finally fucking one day, bro, like she was just like, yo, fuck this shit. I got fucking money, bro, and decided to fucking go get all her teeth knocked out and get fucking dentures. Right? So
I got a buddy that did that too.
Yeah, facts. So, so she ends up getting COVID, right? When she ended up getting COVID, she was telling me, bro, like, she lost her taste and smell, but also she doesn't have fucking real teeth, bro. So it's like, she's like a fucking doll, bro. Like when it comes to like eating food, can't fucking, it's just pure textures. That's why I always think it's fucking interesting. Like, what the fuck do you guys do when you guys lose your taste and smell?
I will say that the first time I got COVID, the time where I was like fucked up, I did lose my taste and smell. But I mean, the smell is like whatever. You lose your smell, you can't really smell anything, obviously. Taste was fucking weird because individual things tasted very different. Like onions tasted sweet. Like sweet
Like-
shit. Like if I had like a fucking burger, or that's not a good example. I don't know. If I like had like pickled onions with something, like they tasted like super sweet.
Okay.
Maybe it was like
Yeah,
just pickled shit in general.
Have you ever seen?
Sweet.
Have you ever seen that movie Holes?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So like the fucking sploosh, because wasn't that fucking onions or no? Like, and it was like sweet because that's what they said. Like, yo, man, fucking eat this shit, bro. It's fucking sweet. Wasn't that shit
I don't
onions or
remember
no?
that.
All right,
I
never
don't
mind.
remember that. But
All right,
you know
well,
what it
only
reminded
came
me
out
of?
20 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Word.
Have
Stan
you
Lee
seen
on that.
those
Shout out to him.
like miracle pills where like they swap like sour and sweet? Have you heard of those at all or no?
What's up with
No,
these
don't-
random ass pills you take?
That's what I'm saying. The only miracle pills I know, bro, are the fucking ones at the gas station,
This
bro.
is
That
like-
fucking get you hard for like
Oh,
48 hours and shit.
JV's been taking those. We already know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They make your shit sweet. No,
Oh, good
Shout out to
lord.
the gas
Um,
station.
but yeah, so like the one thing was that individual shit tasted weird. Like sweet shit was like, you know, salty, sour
That's
shit
weird.
like onions was sweet. And the other thing was like whatever I was eating basically just tasted like one component of that, or almost like if you were to put it all in a blender and drink it instead. Like if I was eating a cheeseburger, I didn't taste, you know, a patty, lettuce, tomato, not that lettuce has a taste, but like onions, mustard, ketchup. I tasted like mush that you had like dragged or like dipped into like a blended up cheeseburger, if that makes sense. Like there was no
That's weird as fuck,
there,
bro.
yeah, it was
That sounds
so
awful.
fucking strange. It sucked. It was terrible. Like
So it's
literally,
like your tongue just gets fucking like remixed because it's like it's flipping
Yes.
the taste and shit. That's fucking weird as fuck.
exactly that. So yeah, very weird. Luckily, that has not happened to me in the time since where I've had like this minor COVID, but it is what it is.
Word.
So yeah, fuck. It was definitely one of the funnest trips I've ever been on. It was quite the experience to meet all these people, you know, in real life. Shout out to the whole team for putting everything together and just being incredible individuals. Like I legit don't know if I saw Frank not like talking to somebody or taking with a picture of somebody the entire weekend. That kid is a fucking tank.
Yeah, so
Shout out to
fucking dope.
him.
Yeah, word. Shout out to
Um,
Frank.
Yeah, and I fucking love all you guys, and I'm excited, you know, to see everyone at the next event.
Yeah, but we got to do this more often than once a year. I can't only do this once a year. This is too damn
I don't know
fun.
if my body can do it more than once a year.
Win Godcello,
Well.
bro.
Yeah, I
We-
can do it once a year, but it's got to be like, first of all, I'm not going somewhere crazy extravagant. Sorry to all the, I don't know, Europeans. And I can do one night. Like I can't. You know what it was? It was the back to back. Like I went fucking balls to the wall, 11 out of 10 on the yacht and at the party.
Well,
Word.
and you called me
That's what
about
fucked me up.
about the pizza tour, and you were like, "Yo, it's starting at noon." And I'm looking over at Slate, and he's laying in bed just comatose. And I was like, "Well, we're not making it at noon." And so I sit there. I'm drinking my pre-workout. I go get a workout in. You know, I was like, I have to sweat out some of this alcohol. Like I can't just go back to back like that. And then by the time I got back and showered up and stuff, Slate got ready, and we were able to go. But there was just, you never had any break from alcohol. That was
I think I was 5 beers deep by the time you guys got there.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah, because I don't like. I'm sweating it out because we were walking around the city, but I'm just like refilling it. That's the problem. Like I can't sleep in. I think I slept until like 10:30 one day in New York. That was like, I think it was the day after the DeGod's party. I slept till like 10:30, 11. I can't fucking sleep in. So like we do the Magic Eden Yacht Party and get back to, we went to our friend's house, like got some food and went to her house and didn't get back to the place we were staying until like 3:30, I think. And I was up at like 10 getting ready for cocktail.
Yeah, it was a wild
So-
time. Even on after the Magic Eden yacht, we went to go grab pizza afterwards, and we had a group of like probably, I don't know, 25 of us. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
Roro goes in there
Love
and he
this.
orders 5 pizzas. And then while we're waiting for the pizzas, about 20 people leave. And so there's 5 people for 5 pizzas. And so I haven't eaten dairy like that. Like I try to cut out dairy as much as possible. So I haven't had pizza in literally like 4 or 5 years. And so I just kind of said to myself, if you're in New York, you're eating pizza, so it is what it is. But I didn't think I was going to have to eat that much, because then we basically had to eat damn near a whole pizza per person. We ended up like giving, I think, a whole pizza to some random ass dude that like drove up and just got out of his car. We just gave him a whole pizza.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, it was a wild time. And Roro just kept being like, just bringing out another pizza. It was like, Roro, stop. Like, just stop. We can't handle this. And he's like, well, I paid ahead of time. They're coming. So
They're coming.
was just what a great time. The whole week, just great time.
Yeah, next time I want to spend like more time. Like, obviously all the events were sick, but like the cocktail thing was like one of my favorite parts of the whole weekend. Like, I feel like those, kind of more intimate, like 10, 20 people like doing some cool shit on their own versus like obviously the event with every single DeGod's holder in New York City was fucking amazing, but that's just fun as too. So I'd like to mix in a little more of that next time.
Yeah, this is cool to get to know everybody on a like a personal level and everything. Like, you meet everybody on Twitter, but just actually getting to know everybody. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed meeting your wife, JB, and like just talking with her and just learning more about her background and things like that. It's cool to get to know people, and it also felt like with a lot of us, and especially you, like felt like I've known you forever. So it just felt like two homies getting together and hanging out and having a good time. And I think that was probably the best part of all of it, is like none of us felt like internet strangers. It all felt like we were one giant family.
Right. What's going to suck though next time is like, I'm so bad with names and shit in real life. Like, seeing some of these people, like obviously I'm going to remember everyone's face, but seeing some of these people next time and trying to remember what their fucking Twitter name is going to be an absolute nightmare for me.
I'm bringing name tags next time, and I'm just handing them out to people. I think that's the way. That's the way we do it. We just make it easy. Name tags. Everybody needs them. We just need it.
So
Mark,
down for that.
Mark, now that you're on the show, bro, you're such a fucking good speaker, bro. I gotta start using that shit. Be like, yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed meeting your wife. Like he said that shit, and it just sounded so benign, bro. Like, but if I say that shit, somebody be like, hold on, bro. Like, I'll get.
It's because my mom listens to my podcast, and then she'll call me out if I'm a trash speaker on that episode. She'll be like, "You said,
hey, shout out to your mom, bro. That's dope, bro."
Yeah, she'll be like, "You said fuck too much on that one. Can you find
my mom
another
listens
adjective?"
to our podcast and is like, "Wow, you did a really good job with your fucks on that episode."
Wow, my mom doesn't even know I have a podcast, bro. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
trying to keep it that way. My wife's like stepdad, who's like very Christian, like great, awesome guy, but like not, like he probably had a few keggers like with his frat in college, and like that was the extent of it. He was asking me about NFTs. He texted me and he goes something like, "Hey, I heard you have an NFT podcast. Like, I am very interested in like crypto, and I've been looking to invest. Like, what is it? Can I listen?" And I texted him back. I was like, "Greg, it's not for that. Like, there's no investment advice happening on here. There's hardly any crypto talk happening on here, and quite frankly, it's incredibly inappropriate. So I'm not going to share that with you." And he was like, "Oh, okay."
When's Greg joining Cocktail?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Put him on Cocktail, bro. Let him start with pizza, bro, and then we'll see where we get from there, bro.
Ease him in, yeah. Jesus. Oh man. All right, boys. We got anything else? This is fun. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to talk for an hour plus. Honestly,
this is dope, bro. It's the first like DeGodCast like Marc Colcer collab, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, it's sick when Slate's not here, right?
Hey, yeah. Fuck you, Slate. No, I'm just playing.
We got a new third co-host. Let's go.
I appreciate you guys giving an opportunity to a small podcaster like myself to come on here and get to chat with you boys and be in the big leagues. So I appreciate the call up.
Yeah, Mark's a big catalyst, bro. You remember what last time, like fucking, you remember when Mark did that fucking one show, bro? What happened to the floor price? We about to get hella views. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Mark.
Appreciate
the stimulus.
Appreciate you, boys.
Yes.
No, it's awesome to be. It's awesome to join up with you guys, and we got to do this more often because it's just fun. And next up, I need to get you guys out to LA and do the podcast out here. But yeah, no, it's awesome to see you guys killing it.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds dope.
Once that YouTube money hits and you can fly me out, I'm in.
Yeah,
bro, I just got my first payment.
$13?
No, $140. I was like,
hey,
let's
go, buddy.
Hey, get paid.
I won't let the money change me. Hey, let's fucking go, bro. Yeah, no, it was, I mean, low key, it was cool to see, like, you know, you start off something like this for just, you know, because you purely enjoy it, and like, no matter where it goes for us and whatnot, it'll be cool to see where we're both at in a, you know, a year from now, and just to see where these projects are at a year from now and everything like that, because a lot of this, it's going to feel like literally a fucking yearbook for where, like, imagine when DeGods are at 1,000 floor, 2,000 floor, whatever, and people are just now learning about DeGods then, and then going back and listening to your guys' podcast or listening to my podcast with Frank and stuff like that. It's going to be really, really cool for it to all be, you know, kind of cataloged like it is.
Word, for sure.
Facts. We got to get Matt to add him to the D-History website.
Facts.
Cool.
Facts.
All right, boys. Well, it's been a pleasure. I always enjoyed talking to you guys. Chapter, maybe we'll get you and picture books out to a DeGods event one day.
Yeah, bro. Let's fucking go. Yeah, my seed downstairs, bro. I got the best kid in the world, bro. Let me just say, because I know, like, you know, this is my first show back, bro. I want to say shout out to my girl. Shout out to my other girl, bro. Shout out to my seed, bro. I got like the best baby in the world. My baby be like chilling. Bro, this whole show, guess where my baby was not doing? Not crying, not doing all that shit, bro. Like, bro, what do you mean, bro? The demeanor is strong, bro. Feels good, my dude. Feels good.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Shout out to Picture Books. We out here.
I love that. All right, boys. Fuck it. We out.
All right. See you, boys.
And Slate. Chapter. We out.